The drama of the bold and the beautiful takes an intense and dangerous turn as Will Spencer embarks on a mission to uncover the truth about Luna Nozawa, the woman whose actions have already caused so much chaos within the Forrester family. Will, driven by a strong sense of justice and determination to protect his loved ones, decides to take matters into his own hands. The stakes are high as he partners with the police to gather critical evidence against Luna, a woman whose dark intentions have left a trail of destruction behind her. Will's decision to work with law enforcement seems like the logical choice, but it also sets in motion a series of events that will put him and everyone around him in grave danger. Luna, who has already proven to be manipulative and dangerous, quickly becomes aware of Will's actions, and when she realizes what he's been up to, she makes it clear that she will stop at nothing to protect her secrets. The tension escalates when Luna confronts Will, and the situation rapidly spirals out of control. Armed with a gun, Luna threatens Will, leaving him with no choice but to navigate a perilous confrontation that could change the course of their lives forever. It all begins with Will Spencer's growing suspicions about Luna. After everything that has happened, including Luna's dangerous obsession with Steffi and her manipulative behavior toward the Forrester family, Will becomes convinced that she is hiding something much more sinister. His instincts tell him that Luna is a threat, not just to Steffi and her family, but to the entire community. He knows that if he can uncover the truth about her, it could be the key to stopping her before she causes any more harm. Will's sense of responsibility and his desire to protect his loved ones lead him to form an unlikely alliance with the police. The Forrester family, already grappling with Luna's previous actions, is understandably on edge, but Will's commitment to finding the truth offers a glimmer of hope. Working closely with the authorities, Will begins to gather crucial evidence that could expose Luna's twisted motives. However, Luna is no fool. She is keenly aware of her surroundings and knows how to manipulate people to her advantage. As Will digs deeper into her past and her connection to the Forrester family, Luna's paranoia grows. She's always been one step ahead, and she's quick to notice when someone is trying to uncover her secrets. Her suspicions are confirmed when she discovers that Will has been secretly working with the police to gather evidence against her. This realization sends Luna into a spiral of rage and fear. The idea that someone might expose her is a threat she cannot tolerate, and she decides to take matters into her own hands. The tension reaches a breaking point when Luna confronts Will. The encounter takes place in a secluded location, where Luna has the advantage. As Will is caught off guard by her sudden appearance, Luna makes it clear that she will do whatever it takes to protect herself. With a gun in her hand, she threatens Will, her voice laced with venom and fury. Will, who had hoped that his investigation would bring about justice, suddenly finds himself in the most dangerous position of his life. Luna's cold and calculating demeanor leaves him with little hope of escaping unscathed. The situation grows even more intense as Luna moves closer, her finger on the trigger, ready to make Will pay for his betrayal. In that moment, Will is faced with a terrifying realization: Luna is not someone to be underestimated. She has already proven herself to be dangerous, and her willingness to resort to violence shows just how far she is willing to go to protect her secrets. The atmosphere becomes charged with fear and tension as Will tries to think of a way out. He knows that if he doesn't act quickly, his life could be over. Luna, however, is not easily swayed. Her grip on the gun tightens, and her eyes blaze with anger. She demands that Will stop his investigation, threatening to kill him if he doesn't comply. The clock is ticking, and Will knows that he must find a way to survive this confrontation and outsmart Luna if he wants to walk away alive. As the seconds tick by, Will uses all of his intelligence and quick thinking to keep the situation from escalating further. He tries to reason with Luna, appealing to her sense of logic and self-preservation. He knows that Luna's greatest fear is exposure, and he hopes that by playing to that fear, he can gain her trust long enough to disarm the situation. However, Luna's paranoia and desperation only grow stronger. She's not interested in negotiation. She wants Will to stop investigating, and she is willing to kill to make it happen. Will, knowing that his life is on the line, continues to talk, trying to buy himself enough time to make a move. Just as it seems like the confrontation will end in violence, Will's instincts kick in. He spots an opportunity to disarm Luna, and with a burst of adrenaline, he makes his move. The situation erupts into chaos as Luna struggles to maintain control. In the heat of the moment, the gun is knocked from her hand, and Will manages to subdue her long enough to make a break for it. He knows that he can't stay in the same location for long, as Luna is not someone who will take defeat lightly. He quickly escapes, but the encounter leaves him shaken to the core. Though Will narrowly escapes with his life, Luna is not finished yet. The confrontation has only fueled her anger and her resolve to silence those who threaten to expose her. She knows that Will's investigation is far from over, and she will stop at nothing to ensure that her dark secrets remain hidden. The tension between Luna and Will only continue to escalate as both sides prepare for a final showdown. For Will, the consequences of his actions are just beginning to unfold. He's come dangerously close to losing his life, and the threat of Luna's wrath hangs over him like a dark cloud. He knows that he cannot back down now, not when he's so close to uncovering the truth. But as Luna grows more dangerous and more desperate, Will must ask himself whether he's willing to risk everything to bring her down. The stakes have never been higher, and the game is far from over. As the bold and the beautiful continues to build towards a thrilling climax, fans will be on the edge of their seats, wondering who will come out on top in this dangerous battle between good and evil. Will Luna continue her reign of terror, or will Will and the police finally succeed in exposing her for the manipulative and deadly force she truly is? One thing is certain. The confrontation between Luna and Will is far from over, and the consequences of their actions will have lasting ramifications for everyone involved. The tension, the danger, and the intrigue continue to escalate, leaving fans eagerly anticipating the next shocking twist in this high-stakes drama. As the dust settles from the harrowing confrontation between Will Spencer and Luna Nozawa, the aftermath leaves both sides shaken but not broken. Will's narrow escape from Luna's wrath only intensifies his resolve to bring the truth to light. The danger, however, is far from over. Luna, now humiliated and enraged, isn't one to let her defeat go unpunished. Her grip on control has slipped, and she knows she can't let Will continue his investigation without facing severe consequences. With her violent tendencies unleashed, Luna's next move is one of pure desperation. She sets her sights on silencing Will permanently, determined to end the threat he poses to her carefully constructed web of lies. As Luna retreats to regroup, Will, though physically unharmed, is deeply rattled. The encounter with Luna has made him realize just how far she's willing to go to protect her secrets. He understands now that Luna will not rest until she's rid of him and the people he's working with. With this knowledge, Will becomes even more determined to see his mission through. But the weight of what he's up against begins to take its toll. Luna is not just a dangerous woman, she's a calculated and ruthless one. With every step forward, Will knows he risks everything, and the stakes could not be higher. Will's only hope now lies in the support of those closest to him, particularly his family and the police, as he steps up the pressure on Luna to crack open her past and expose her. Meanwhile, Luna's paranoia begins to consume her. Her mind races as she plans her next move, aware that the longer she stays in the shadows, the closer Will and the police come to discovering the truth. She knows that her time is running out. The carefully cultivated image of the innocent woman she has maintained for so long is slipping away. Desperate and increasingly unstable, Luna knows she must act quickly, or all her efforts will be for nothing. She begins to take more extreme measures to ensure that Will can't continue his pursuit. Luna, aware that Will is the key to bringing her down, makes her first big move. She decides to target those who are closest to him. It's no secret that Will is driven by his desire to protect his family, and Luna realizes that the most effective way to break him is to threaten the ones he loves. With this in mind, she sets her sights on Will's loved ones, particularly those who may be vulnerable or unaware of the imminent threat Luna poses. Luna begins to stalk Will's family, gathering information and waiting for the right moment to strike. At the same time, Will's sense of urgency grows as he presses forward with his investigation. He knows that Luna's reach is long, and that she will stop at nothing to protect her twisted agenda. He also realizes that Luna's obsession with Steffi and the Forrester family is not just about power or control, it's personal. There is a deep-seated resentment that drives Luna's every move, and Will understands that the more he digs, the more dangerous things will get. But the truth is his only weapon against her, and he can't stop now. Will's commitment to bringing Luna to justice drives him to push harder, even when the situation becomes increasingly precarious. He works closely with the police, who are now fully aware of the threat Luna represents, but even they can't predict the lengths she will go to in order to maintain her grip on the situation. Luna, in her fragile state of mind, begins to unravel. She starts taking bolder risks, making more careless moves, and revealing pieces of her past that should have stayed hidden. Her desperation fuels her actions, and her need for control becomes her downfall. Luna's next move will prove to be the one that either solidifies her place as a dangerous mastermind or unravels everything she's worked for. As Luna becomes more reckless, Will begins to see cracks in her facade. There are moments when she slips up, revealing hints of the person she's truly become, a woman consumed by hatred, vengeance, and fear. These moments are key for Will, as they give him the ammunition he needs to take down Luna once and for all. He begins to piece together the fragments of her history, her connections to the Forrester family, and the motives that have driven her to this point. Will's determination becomes his greatest asset, but it also puts him in grave danger. Luna is closing in, and she knows that Will is getting closer to exposing her darkest secrets. As tensions mount, the inevitable confrontation seems to be looming ever closer. Will and Luna are on a collision course, and it's only a matter of time before one of them is left standing. In a tense turn of events, Will finally corners Luna with the evidence he's been collecting. He presents his findings to her in a quiet, unassuming way, hoping to catch her off guard. But Luna, ever the manipulator, is not easily shocked. Instead of retreating, she responds with an eerie calmness, as though she's been expecting this moment. Luna's response sends a chill through Will as she reveals her final, most dangerous move yet. Luna, having anticipated Will's every move, has a plan to rid herself of him once and for all. She's not just going to let Will continue his investigation, she's going to make sure he never gets the chance to share what he's uncovered. Luna's wrath is unleashed in full force as she makes a chilling decision. She's willing to sacrifice anyone and anything to preserve her secrets. The final showdown between Will and Luna becomes inevitable. Both are armed with knowledge, both have something to lose, and neither is willing to back down. Luna's madness has driven her to the edge, and Will is more determined than ever to see justice done. The stakes are higher than ever, and the outcome of this battle will determine whether Luna's reign of terror continues or if Will's bravery will bring an end to her twisted game. With both sides poised for a dramatic clash, fans are left to wonder how far Luna will go and whether Will be able to bring her down before it's too late. The suspense continues to build as The Bold and the Beautiful reaches its most thrilling chapter yet, filled with high tension, betrayal, and life-or-death stakes. Will Will succeed in stopping Luna, or will the darkness she harbors consume them both? The answer lies in the dangerous, high-stakes game they're about to play.